getting the track ready. It's ready now for our pro two-wheel drive trucks, and down amongst all the horsepower is Tony Bachhoven.
Well, the drivers are ready. As you can see, they're lined up, getting ready for the land rush start. But look, 6 positions over, you'll find CJ Greaves. He comes into today's action the point leader, but some 28 markers back are the man to his right, Chad Hord. Chad is looking to spoil CJ's chances at his first pro truck championship. He wants that championship. Well, Cowboys down on the end, getting ready to get the signal from each of these drivers, and then we'll be rearing them up, getting ready to go down this long straightaway into that tight right-hand off-camber turn we've seen so much here today. So the flagman is on his way over into the flag stand, as we've got lots of mud still down here for them to contend with. The drivers have their trucks in gear. Cowboys giving them the final signal. You're going to hear those RPMs coming up here momentarily as they anticipate it. You see the rally sign. Everybody's getting ready to inch forward. They're watching the flag stand, waiting. The sign has turned yellow. They're creeping forward. Steve Barlow's truck is rolling already. Now they're on the gas as they race down this long straightaway.
And Barlow getting that little bit of a jump, but I don't think he's going to be penalized for that. Who gets a great start? Oh, wow!
Jared Johnson and Nick Tyree have a great shot, and then there's Chad Hord and CJ Greaves, 3rd and 4th. The championship begins.
Great start there from Jared Brooks. That's exactly what he wanted, clear track. They've done some grooming between races. So these guys are going to be searching for the grip, for the lines, everything right now.
Jared Johnson got an unbelievable start, but here we see Chad Hord making a move on Nick Tyree very, very quick. But Jared has got clean air. This is the best he's gotten off to the start. So right now, Chad Hord has got a gap between him and CJ Greaves.
And CJ Greaves looked like he was going to try and work his way around Tyree there, but he's holding back just a little bit. Again, CJ needs to race smart to get that championship. He needs to keep Chad Hord in his sights.
Yeah, a little banging, bumping, banging right there, but he gets in front of Nick Tyree. Now he's got the guy that he's racing him for the championship in his sights, so he can sit back and watch.
Well, that takes the nervousness out of this right now, because as long as you can keep tabs on your competitor, CJ does not have to beat Chad Hord, but he wants to keep it in his sight. You know he wants to beat him, Ricky.
Exactly.
I mean, racers want to win, but they're not going to take any massive risk.
And here comes Jeff Kincaid, who is an ace on this track and has won so many, many times, and has even won the Amsoil Cup. So watch for number 4, Jeff Kincaid, working his way back to the front.
So Kincaid working his way through, and then RJ Anderson coming up too. But Kincaid, as you say, Rick, really knows this track well, and no matter what character it takes because of the weather, he knows how to race it.
Really impressed with Jared Johnson. He's struggled a little bit this year, but right now running his own race, doing an awesome job. But we're watching RJ Anderson up and over the Ponce turn and flying.
Jared Johnson leads out our pro two-wheel drive over Chad Hord, and then CJ Greaves, who is working the inside. CJ Greaves is going for a championship. His father just won the pro four-wheel drive championship in TORC. Chad Hord in that red bus snowplow machine, though, the only person mathematically who can spoil his championship hopes.
Well, slightly different configurations between those two trucks. Roughly, we're 10 pounds per cubic inch. Chad runs somewhere around a 430, a little bit heavier truck. CJ runs the Toyota about a 400 cubic inch motor, so he's a lighter package, but also less cubic inch. So what's going to work better? We're about to find out.
And how about this race for Jared Johnson? He's been looking for this kind of race all season long, and he finds it here at the big house.
Oh, look at this. Chad Hord now up the inside. You see these braking bumps developing like you'd see on a motocross track, but oh.
Full course yellow, it looks like. We can't see it, but now they're back racing again, so I don't know what happened. They all look like they paused for a second.
Yeah, Chad looked like he had that pass made up the inside, and maybe he missed a shift or something happened, but it just looked like these guys totally backed off for a second. But Jared Johnson holding on the lead in that Husqvarna truck. We've heard the guys with the Husqvarna chainsaws going all day, carving this trees and everything.
We got a report that it was a local yellow, Grant. So a lot like in motocross, when you come up on a yellow, no passing, stay in line, and then get safe and then go. But now Chad, passing.
Jared Johnson off the pace. Something wrong there with the 74 Husqvarna truck, and oh man, can't buy a break.
Well, a fantastic race is now over for Jared Johnson, and that really is a huge disappointment, but it has allowed Chad Hord to blaze through into the lead. CJ Greaves now chasing him down.
Oh, that might have been why we had that local yellow. So like Ricky was saying, you cannot pass a Chad Hord doing the smart thing, got out of the throttle, stayed behind. But right now, he's got that lead. CJ all over the back of him. This is what you want to see, the two title contenders going at it hard.
Yeah, you want to fight, you want to win like a champion. Both of these guys, right now, Chad Hord has to win and CJ has to have a problem. But CJ, being a young, aggressive kid, as he's done all year long, wants to be out front. I mean, we just saw earlier he was banging on his dad who was going for a championship. So do you think he's going to show Chad Hord any respect? I doubt it.
You hit the nail on the head there, Ricky. These guys want to go in battle, but there is a good mutual respect between these two title contenders. But sneaking up there, the number 4 of Jeff Kincaid, he wants to join this party and make this a three-way battle for the lead.
Kincaid just kind of has to wait until those two start beating and banging on each other, and he may find a way to thread that needle and move him through to the lead.
You know, I hate to be that guy that sits in the announcer's booth and says, well, what I would do, but I would wait, let these guys beat each other up, beat their trucks up, and wait for that competition yellow and then go after him hard. But right now, Jeff Kincaid wants to get in front because the roost is so hellacious here.
So what we're doing now, moving into lap number 4. At the end of this lap, there will be a competition caution. Red and yellow flags come out at once, and we will stack them all up nose to tail. But so far, Chad Hord is racing very smart. He's staying out in the lead, perhaps even extending that gap to CJ Greaves.
Yeah, and you just don't know. I mean, CJ is a young, aggressive racer that wants to win, but right now he's playing it very, very smart. So he's driving like a veteran and probably thinking, don't blow your truck up, because you know who's talking to him on the other end is his father,
dad,
Johnny
yeah.
Greaves, that just won the Pro 4-Wheel Drive Championship.
And that's got to be a big asset. I'm not sure. It looked like a bit of smoke there of CJ's truck, but could just have been a little tire rubbing. But, or maybe it was even from Chad Hord, our leader, but this could be... That could be huge. That, you know, one of these guys has a DNF. That could change the outcome of this championship completely.
Well, this is one of those tracks that you're racing so hard. You're on, the transmission temperatures are so high. We talked about it before, is that the exhaust temps are up to 1,400 degrees, so anything can happen when you're running this close to the edge.
So CJ Greaves sitting in second place now as we come through to the competition caution. Chad Hord is going to lead us to that competition caution. But CJ Greaves within striking distance, looking for that championship.
There it is, the red and yellow competition caution. So we'll punch them up and have a shootout.
So we're getting ready to go. Rick Johnson sitting next to us here in the booth. But Rick, you took a little time the other day to check out the story on race fuels here with VP Racing Fuels.
When it comes to racing fuels, VP has exactly what the Monster Toyota Greaves team is looking for. Back at the lab, these scientists formulate a fuel to burn slow and consistent with very, very high performance. The Toyotas rev in excess of 9,600 RPM, as well as see exhaust temps of 13 to 1,400 degrees. So if you're a racer and you're looking for high performance with consistency, VP is exactly what you want.
Getting ready to come back to the green flag after competition caution. Chad Hord leading out CJ Greaves, Jeff Kincaid, but RJ Anderson actually with the fastest lap time right now. He's sitting in 4th. Can he make a jump when they come to this green flag and maybe get himself a couple of positions?
Here we go, getting ready for the green. The leader starts the race, and there goes Chad Hord. A clean start. Everyone stays in line until they get across that jump. So let's see if RJ, he's about a half a second faster. Can he get past Jeff Kincaid and get to the front runners?
Well, now that they've stacked them all up, this is the golden opportunity. Oh, Steve Ball off the track there.
Steve Ball in the cat machine getting a little sideways, doing a little track to work himself.
Gonna dig himself a new track, perhaps. Wow, look at that. Anderson trying to work his way around Kincaid. Couldn't make it stick that time.
Yeah, he had the inside, but Kincaid just had the momentum from the outside slingshot. But look at this, these guys are tightly bunched. They all want to win. The man in the second position there, the 33 of CJ, he wants the title. That's the big picture for him. But the rest of these guys, Ricky, you know they want to end the season on a bang.
But if you've watched sprint car racing, you hear about the cushion, the berm, the traction on the outside. You can see it getting real shiny down low. Everyone keeps pushing out further and further, but that opens up the inside. So let's start looking for some big slide jobs coming up, because the guys in front are running the cushion.
They are tightly packed, 1, 2, and 3. Hord, Greaves, and Kincaid. Look at this. Greaves looking for a way through.
CJ makes a mistake.
No!
Don't panic, CJ. You've got this. Get it back. Come back up. Tony, you got more?
Well, CJ got a bunch of help there from Kincaid as they came through that corner. CJ had a nice line going in that Jeff Kincaid got right into the back of his truck.
Oh, we're hearing it. We've got a full course yellow, so we're going to have to slow down. Full course yellow now on the track. Pro two-wheel drive racing for a championship is CJ Greaves. We'll find out about that full course yellow when we return. Welcome back, everyone. The keys to the big house. This is TORC, the Off-Road Championship, presented by AMSOIL. You're looking at Chad Hord and CJ Greaves. And a little bit of a problem occurred just earlier here in the corner, coming round in the final turn.
In my opinion, CJ over-rotates a little bit, but Jeff Kincaid does get into him and take him around. So that puts CJ back, but now we're going to revert to the previous lap because Andy Zipperer flipped and was on fire, so we had a little bit of trouble there. You can see the underdrive smoking a little bit. The track crew does a great job, gets him out, but now CJ is in second and Jeff Kincaid has to go to the back.
Getting back to the racing here, Chad Hord leading him out. Jeff Kincaid shuffled to the back because of that contact. We think it's a little bit harsh, but of course we have to leave it up to the corner workers to report it to race control. Hord starts to lead him out. CJ's really chasing him down.
And on the outside, Sheldon Creed, one of the young stars of off-road racing, has now moved himself into fourth position in the Traxxas truck. So now we got two veterans, well actually one veteran and three kids out there going for it.
Yeah, and look who's up there in the mix. Third place, that is RJ Anderson, because Kincaid was moved out. He got to move up and he's contesting CJ Greaves.
And something happened to Sheldon Creed. He went to the outside in the gravel pit and didn't come back.
Chad Hord, the red bus snowplow machine, leading out the two monster trucks of CJ Greaves and RJ Anderson.
Sheldon Creed, we were talking about making a very aggressive move, but he did jump the start, so they are black flagging him. They're taking him to the back of the field, so not a good day for Sheldon.
Well, USAC right now just showing us they're not, don't test them because they will black flag you and send you to the back of the field. But if you look at this, RJ Anderson in that top position. Look at these braking bumps really developing as these guys throw it in. But RJ seems to have just a little more pace, and I'm curious, with the laps winding down, I see him maybe forcing the issue at the end here.
Well, definitely, and he had the fastest lap going in the halfway point, so he was about a half a second quicker than everybody. So can he put that together and learn from CJ and Chad and make a move? Because it's one thing to be fast and catch a guy, it's another one to pass him.
Exactly.
But here in TORC Off-Road Racing, we can bang our way to the front.
Yeah, when we've seen that, like you were talking, Ricky, these guys start running that cush, trying to get that sidewall bite, but that cushion starts pushing further and further out, so that leaves that inside, which is a much shorter distance, so it creates that 50-50. Do I go tight, do I go wide? And right now, Chad Hord obviously going to have to run the main line, but CJ's going to come to the inside.
Well, CJ really does have to think about this. If he stays behind Chad Hord, he wins the championship. But I've got a feeling that he's just another member of the Greaves family that really wants to find himself at the front of this race.
Yeah, I've lost championships trying to be too aggressive, and I've won them being very aggressive. So you got to live by the sword and die by the sword. So right now, CJ is trying inside, outside. He's looking for a place to set Chad up. So CJ is the only driver here this weekend that's racing all three classes: Pro two-wheel drive, Pro four-wheel drive, and Pro light.
And then he's going to race the AMSOIL Cup race at the end of it. 4 long races for CJ Greaves, but that's where youth really kind of helps you.
Yeah.
The last lap, CJ Greaves put down the fastest lap. He's right up in Chad's dust, but can he make that pass? We see Chad really hanging it out. And right now, so much heat on these tires. We see the blue groove, and that's what happens. These are off-road custom tires, and sometimes they blister and go away at the end. So a little bit of a tire battle.
But at this point, I think CJ knows Chad Hord is a pretty stand-up guy. I don't think Chad Hord would do anything intentionally, to try and alter the outcome of this. I think this is two guys that respect each other very much, having a good, hard race. And I think for CJ, if I was him, I wouldn't force the issue, but he's right there in case Chad makes a mistake.
Right, what I'm seeing is he's setting him up, he's running his line, he's staying close to him, and I'm going to see a big slide job coming out of CJ. So with 2 laps to go, you see Chad running the fast way around. What CJ has to do is stay there until he can get close enough to make that big chop to the inside to take the line.
You thinking maybe a little bump and run on the last lap?
Kincaid and Leyendijk there getting into it with each other.
Again.
Oh, look, I think that maybe someone's going to get a little call from the race control. But look at this. CJ is looking for his way around. He knows this race is winding up. He doesn't have much time. They're going to come past for the white flag at the end of this lap. Here he goes again.
He's got a good drive.
He ran the cushion, got a great run. Now he's coming up the inside. He's going to have position on Chad, but Chad is not going to let off.
Oh, this is
awesome. This is what racing is all about. 2 guys wide open in an off-camera turn.
Wow! 100 miles an hour into turn 1 here at Crandon, and neither of them gives even a little bit of room.
But I love watching racing like this, Grant. You know when you race against somebody that you can trust, you can lean on, going back and forth.
Exactly.
Chad is going as fast as he can go, and CJ's working around it.
And RJ hanging in there. These 3 have separated themselves from the field, running at great pace. No one really making any mistakes. CJ had to look up the inside there. This is fantastic.
Chad Hord was 0.2 of a second faster than that last lap. So right now we're coming to the white flag. And now it's everything or nothing. And we see CJ go to the inside, but once again the cushion pays off.
Hord just seems to have the line every time, and CJ is working that wheel, trying everything he can to find just a little bit of speed and a little bit of space. I think he's really going to push it on this last lap.
He is. Look at this now. CJ a little bit on the inside. Now he's in that draft, and you know what? These trucks hitting over 100 miles an hour on these straightaways. That helps. Oh, CJ got a little sideways there, and RJ Anderson probably just sitting back going, I hope these 2 just take each other out. That way I can get a win.
I'll take that gift. And this is for the World Championship. We didn't have the race yesterday, so this is for all the marbles right now. Right now, CJ's in a place to win the championship, but that's going to put Chad Hord as the World Championship if he can pull this off.
And here we come down that turn again. Look at this speed. Chad Hord, though, seems to be putting a little bit more gap on CJ Greaves, and maybe Greaves decided, you know what, I gotta be smart, I need this championship. But of course, RJ Anderson all over the back.
RJ with a
Anderson made a mistake there and crashes on the outside wall.
Big crash. That's a hard hit right there.
Wow, you know what happened. He pitched it in a bit, and he flipped over, but here we go.
Chad Hord gonna bring it round this final corner. There's no more room for CJ. He's not gonna make it. Chad Hord will win in Crandon, but CJ Greaves will claim the championship. A great race, a hard battle, but Chad Hord comes out the victor at the end. We'll check in with Chad when we come back. Welcome back, everyone, to TORC, the Off-Road Championship presented by AMSOIL. This is the big house. Crandon, Wisconsin, absolutely packed. And all these people in here enjoying some action. Boy, have we seen some action today.
Well, right here you see Kincaid. Well, Ari Leyendijk does slide out there. And unfortunately, Kincaid had nowhere to go. They make contact. And I don't know if Ari really realized.
And here, this is RJ Anderson getting into all kinds of trouble.
You watch him, he climbs the wall, he gets up there, tears the roof off the truck, but that's just fiberglass. The pipes and everything kept him in place, but scary crash for RJ Anderson.
And RJ Anderson running a great race, but unfortunately didn't get that podium finish he hoped for. The podium win, though, that goes to Chad Hord. He's down with Christie.
Whoa!
Number 9, Chad Hord, hard-fought battle out on the race course today. Obviously, the conditions improved from yesterday. What was the biggest difficulty for you and your team today, and how did you come out with the win?
Well, there were so many things coming into today. You know, it was double points. We were in second points. CJ was in first. We had to win this race today. Unfortunately, CJ finished right behind me, so we ended up second in points. But Crandon did a good job putting this track together, and we knew with these Maxxis tires, no matter what that they dealt us, that we were going to get through it. And these Fox shocks just ate this track up. But just to be here again on the box for Boss Snowplow and AMSOIL, and just out here representing and winning a world championship at Crandon and coming this close to a championship, and we're just pumped, and we're going to go back, get this thing ready to try to win the AMSOIL Cup.
Today's Pro 2-Wheel Drive winner, number 9, Chad Hord. More to come in the AMSOIL Crandon Cup.
Thanks, Christy. Great racing there from Chad Hord. He manages to take that one over CJ Greaves. Barlow comes through, though, in third place after that crash by RJ Anderson. Well, CJ Greaves, like father, like son, he manages to take the championship. He is down with Christy Lee.
Number 33, CJ Greaves, capturing your first Pro Truck Championship. You've really pushed the boundaries today, racing in all of the classes, and we still have the AMSOIL Cup to go. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we had a strong truck all year. We had a 10th, and every other finish through the whole year was a first or a second. So I think that's something to be proud of. My guys worked their butts off all year, and they gave me a phenomenal truck, and I can't ask for anything better. I mean, I couldn't do it without Monster, Toyota, Maxxis, AMSOIL, Forest County Potawatomi, Method Race Wheels, all my crew, my family, everyone that helps us out. Big thanks to them.
Big day for the number 33 and the Monster Energy Toyota team capturing the Pro 2-Wheel Drive Championship.